I'm going to say 3 words, and I want you to tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Ready? Halos, cuties, mighties. I went to the grocery store today, and I did a little shopping, picked up some vegetables, some fruits, and, got some granola, whatever it was, laundry detergent. Just a typical grocery store run when I saw a box of Mighties. Yes, kiwi fruit. You know, the name that it had for ever since I can remember. It's been called kiwi. Then we have our lovely mandarins who have been named cuties and halos because their parents, the partnering citrus growers, Paramount Citrus and Sun Pacific, decided to split up and rename their portion of mandarins. So what happened was these 2 companies, Sun Pacific and Paramount Citrus, they had a contract together and they grew and marketed mandarin oranges under the name of cuties. So Paramount Citrus decided after a decade-long, partnership that they dissolved the contract and renamed their cuties halos. Kind of like parents splitting up and then, the mother keeping her children's names, the name on their birth certificate, and then the dad deciding he wants to rename his kids. It's one of those things. My question is, fine, these companies want to rebrand and market their fruit, which I find pretty funny and confusing because kids don't know that a cutie is a mandarin. They're going to look at it and say, I want a cutie. And they don't know that a halo is a mandarin. They're going to say, I want a halo. Not a mandarin or a clementine. I want a halo. And don't even get me started on kiwis. To call a kiwi a mighty is just ridiculous. Fine, you want to sell. You want to, make it attractive to people. You want to get their attention. I understand that. That's all fine and dandy. But my problem with it is that people don't know that this is a marketing tactic. And maybe that's what makes it so good. Because they're not going to say, just like I said, they're not going to say they want a mandarin, they want a clementine, they want a kiwi. They're going to say, I want a cutie, a halo, and a mighty. And that bothers me. We have, let's say, Dole. They're pretty well known for growing pineapples. People don't say, let me have a Dole. They might say, let me have a Dole pineapple, but if you look closely at the advertising of Sun Pacific and Paramount Citrus, they specifically say, it might say it in the fine print, but it says, mighties are, good for you, and cuties are delicious, and halos for the win, things like that. I think that's just so irresponsible in a way. It is. You're renaming fruit. I mean, fine, you don't grow broccoli, for example, but you're not going to fight with a kid to eat a mandarin. They're sweet, they're delicious, and they're full of flavor. So no, you're not going to wrestle with a little kid to eat a mandarin. You know what you will wrestle with them for? Broccoli. More often than not. I'm not saying every kid doesn't like to eat broccoli, but more often than not, and maybe that's just what the media likes to hype up, broccoli is not very popular with children. So maybe if you started growing broccoli and renaming it to market it, maybe calling broccoli a mighty, then it would make some sense. This next bit of information I read about in an article a few weeks ago, and some of you may have heard about it and some of you may have not, but it is the non-browning apple. Yes, an apple that doesn't brown. So this is the website for the non-browning apple that doesn't brown when you cut it, arcticapples.com. And basically what they're saying is that, take a look at the website here, everything you love about apples without the yuck factor that you don't. And now, if only we can make it seedless, right? Yeah, because that's all we need is to continue to make our vegetables more bionic. That's the word that comes to mind. So here on the left, I read this article, or I clicked on it already. Right here, this is a Granny Smith apple that when you cut it, I don't know, it doesn't say how long after, it starts to brown, like it should. You know, like when you accidentally cut yourself, you have to bleed. But to the right is their Arctic apple, and look at how pristine and clean that looks, right? This is what they're trying to do. So now we're on the website for the Okanagan Specialty Fruits, and they are the producers of the Arctic apples. They're also working on ways to transform peaches, plums, no, not plums, I'm sorry, peaches, cherries, pears, apples. They want to create them so that they don't become mealy or brown or oxidize, all that good stuff. And then right here is the advantages of a non-browning apple. Okay, so let's go through just a few of them. People love them, competitive advantage, they're completely safe, more people will buy them, value added product, patent protected. Yeah, that's all nice, but what happened with using lemon juice as a way to keep your apples from browning? You know, and the only thing that I want patent protected is my computer, okay? Not my fruit. So you guys let me know what you think of this, about renaming fruit for marketing purposes, you know, for non-browning, non-mealing fruit, vegetables, that sort of thing, just the sciences and our food combined.